To close us out, and I want to thank everyone for their patience. This has been a long and I hope very informative program for you, but we did want to leave with a sense of both purpose and perhaps even a little bit of optimism in the face of all we've heard. Ed Timperlake is a man who has served his country in uniform with the United States Marine Corps. He has been an assistant secretary in the Department of Veterans Affairs. He's worked on Capitol Hill. He has written important books about China now for decades. And we wanted him to talk a little bit about the U.S. response to all of this. The purpose of this committee is not simply to raise the alarm about the danger, but also to see what we can do about it. So Ed Timperlake, welcome.
Thank you very much, Frank. I'm a Navy junior. My dad was subs, and I think the first song I ever heard was Victory at Sea in the Cradle, which gave me a tremendous sense of optimism. You watch that series about 10 times, and there's nothing the U.S. Navy can't fight, win, and do. Consequently, my uncle was killed on Iwo Jima. The family is very happy. We're in partnership and alliance with Japan, South Korea, down through the Philippines, who are coming online right now as I probably speak. Taiwan is essential, into Australia. Don't make the Vietnamese grumbly in the South China Sea. They have ways and means of teaching China a lesson, reach around to India. So I'm very optimistic that we have allies willing to go the mile, fight, win with us. They have clients who probably don't like them very much when they sell stuff to them, which is a good news. As Director of Mobilization for Ronald Reagan, I always learned technology is relative against a reactive enemy. It's a relative action-reaction cycle. That's an ironclad rule of technology development. Consequently, the goal is to catch us on the upswing of quality and at sufficient quantity. And that's how we fight and win. Are we there yet? No. Do I think that President Trump has the exact same love and heart for the American military that Ronald Reagan has? Absolutely, 100% yes, slam dunk. So consequently, when you get the technology equation moving in the right direction, you have two intangibles you have to deal with. One, the warfighting ethic at the mid-level, the squadron pilots, the combat sergeants, the ship drivers, the sub-drivers, the people who do the silo sitting and stuff like that. I've been out there in the last 8 years visiting all the bases and talking to them. They've got the ethos. They've got the warfighting skills inside them because they argue with each other and they only want the best. We have a saying, ability leads in those places, not rank, which is very, very telling to our way of war. Consequently, that intangible is valuable, but it's only valuable if you have the other dimension to it, which is the training ranges. And if you look throughout the Pacific Rim, you have exercise and ranges the Chinese can only dream about. You come back to America, you got Fallon, you got Nellis, you got Yuma. We can fight and win on those training ranges. Closest thing we can get to combat. That's why that's why Red Flag was invented, to simulate the first 10 missions of a combat engagement. And they kind of got that right. So you have all these things coming together, and I'm very happy. The key there is Nimitz's great quote from World War II, height of the World War II fight. He said, the most important thing you can do to the Navy, big blue blanket that covered the Pacific, is train, train, train. We have warriors willing to do that. We get them the equipment, and they're ready to fight and win. I'm very optimistic on that. Now, one last point on the full spectrum of warfare. We've had a lot of talk about that. Right now, today, I'm very proud of joining this team right here. Beijing, see this right here? What's happening with that team is right now, right here in this room, we are declaring information war as unity of purpose against the People's Republic of China. And that is a very powerful force to unleash in America today. And that's the killer shot, so that I will be optimistic at the end game that, like Ronald Reagan, we win and you lose. Thank you, Frank.